been a little bit, only like a week, but I try not to be so infrequent. Things come up. So, hello, it is I, Illuminati Miss Dex, with the Dex, and I have no plans or intentions for this reading. Venus is finally out of retrograde. We're in Aquarius season. It's finally the month of February. Happy Black History Month, and also just the general month of love. It's good times for everyone. So, right there is this necklace I designed because I am indeed an Aquarius moon, hence why I love Aquarius season. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really have anything planned. I didn't figure I didn't really pick a deck. I've been thinking a lot about Jim Morrison. Might pull out the Halloween Oracle, but I'm open to whatever anybody wants. So until somebody asks for a certain deck or has a specific request, I'm just gonna fuck around, as y'all will find out. Let's open up with this quote. I may have read this last time, but no rules for success will work if you don't. Just some wisdom for the day provided by a little hippie shop out some way. Success won't work if you don't. So as much as this is a time, just being winter, to kind of sit back and do a little hibernating in your own way. Obviously, you're not just going to sleep for 6 months like a bear, but at the same time, staying in the house is fine. Not pressuring yourself to do too much is fine. You know, ish like that. Where it's good to still be working, even if you're not really doing, okay? So, like, figuring out plans, great angle on how to work without exerting too much effort, because we are in a resting period. The cold hurts, right? We're not equipped for it in many ways. And it's just the simple fact of comfort, coziness, to heal not just our bodies that need rest, because most of us are working way too much, but it's also about you might be feeling like you're in the Twilight Zone. Maybe I repeated myself, but maybe you're getting deja vu. Interesting times, right? The thing is, people come to me and they'll tell me, oh, I have been having crazy dreams, blah, 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 and I'm always like, yeah, me too. So I never really notice if there's ever an influx with that kind of thing. But I dream heavily. I mostly sleep on my back. I dream very heavily, so it's hard to say if that's been affecting people. But if I just got the sense that you might be getting deja vu, maybe you did see it in a dream, or maybe your brain is just doing that whole delay thing by 15 seconds, because that is something that happens. We are only human. Even our internal systems are also human, no matter how divine the experience is, right? So, like I said, I didn't really have any plans on what to break out necessarily, but I don't really feel like Twitch loves the Halloween Oracle as much. I feel like it's sometimes better to get to know me before jumping into that kind of channeling or that deep of channeling. So I am going to refrain from the Halloween Oracle. I think the mystery deck goes over very well on here, but I try not to use that deck too much, especially if I've got plans for the evening, which I do. They're on Instagram. We're going to be doing another live where I am definitely using the Halloween Oracle. It's a vibe over there. They've been watching, though. I get that I'm new here, so it's a lot. I know. I'm leaning towards just starting with the Thoth deck. We could pull some demons because that solid advice about success doesn't work if you don't is, work related, is demon deck related. Let's start with the demons. I don't think they've been on here yet. Oh my god, have we not done the Daemons on Twitch yet? Okay, well, hi. Guys, say hi. Yes, these are my little Daemons. This deck is a lot different for me. And I know that I don't have like exclusively people that follow me who are into stuff like demons or Satan or hell in general, or even have any type of perception of it outside of the Christian spin, okay? So I try to just limit what goes on with this deck, and also it's not much tarot. It's, in my opinion, more like oracle, but I feel like, again, it's a stereotype that prevents people from speaking to and about these demons in the way that they probably would like to. But that being said, it's just literally like 65 demons and then a few other cards that has to do with witches. And so, no, I don't have them memorized, and the readings are not quite the same as it is with other decks. Hey, thank you. Hey, Angel Lover. Oh my god. I was not looking, so I don't know when you got here, but I'm using my Daemon deck right now, and then Angel Lover came in, and I think that's just absolutely perfect. Because it's a balance. It's all about duality. I'm not a Satanist just because I have demon cards or because I talk to Satan. Who even is Satan? You don't know. Lucifer? Maybe, but also a very ambiguous term used in multiple religions. So quit tripping. Not you, Angel. You're lovely. Plus, most demons were angels anyways. So it's kind of like, takes one to know one, huh? Okay. Right now, this is work-related stuff, and then I will pull out a deck, and I can ask you which deck you'd like, but everything I do for the lives are pretty general. And if you do have a question, I never want to know it. I never want to know the question, because it's a lot more authentic if I don't know, where no bias, no, Oh, you are the sweetest. If you are embarrassed to show your friends who you really are, they are probably not really your friends. Just a contemplation. So this is all going to be work-related advice, but this goes pretty quickly. I was just kind of going into how this deck, I don't know why I put them away. I try to keep them contained because people don't always like this shit. I just read out of the book. I don't have them all memorized because, again, it's like 65 demons and then 4 extra cards. And they don't mean anything other than, like, the actual demon. So you can't read it like a regular tarot spread. So I just read it out of the book. It's just kind of like quick advice. And it's all going to be work-related, career-related, finance-related, wealth-related, even, like, getting into status and power. Anything that you might associate with hell, quite frankly. Yeah, but no, Lou, welcome. You know. It's all general, and I am going to take requests for what deck we use. And if you have a question, don't tell me. Just think about it, and you will get your message. Yes, it works best that way. You'll love it. You'll love it, I promise. But real quick, since they're already on the table, let's just get some advice about how to move with the economy. And then I can go over the deck options that I have, and I will let y'all pick based on what kind of guidance you need. Ranging from like as specific as love to channeled messages to just general readings. Okay? Cool. So I usually go in alphabetical order, but these are stacked funny, and I didn't put them in order. So we're just going to start with Ukabak because he's up front on top. And Ukabak is reminding us To beware of taking workers for granted. This one is one of my favorite cards because I started really using this deck early 2020, so you can imagine how suiting this was. But beware of taking workers for granted. Non management workers in retail, construction, service, and other industries may sometimes seem invisible, but those individuals are essential to a smoothly running society. Closer to home, take care to appreciate those individuals working under your leadership. Love that. Yes, that's the thing. I'll have you pick a deck based on what you want to know. Yes. Yeah. But don't tell me specifics. So, hell yeah, little shout out to the working man. I guess that's what I am. All right, so we got Skox here. Beware of charmers and con artists, those who attempt to get close for their own personal gain. Something to look out for. If there's some kind of job or deal that seems too good to be true, there is a chance that it is. Sorry to break it to you. If that is something that you are considering, if you got a weird message, or if some friend is like, yeah, I got this sweet fucking job thing, don't do it. It's not good. Not a trustworthy situation or person. So next we got Zafan. Beware of being swept into a mob mentality of taking disputes and protests to violent or disruptive actions. Okay, I know everybody is striking right now, and I could not be more proud of all of our labor workers and anyone else who might be striking at this time. But at the same time, try to be pretty open minded, especially if you're working for a smaller business and not necessarily a corporation, and your working conditions are okay, your pay is okay. Yes, you may want more, but just be careful on how hard you crusade for something that's all right for now. Just a heads up. All right. Don't get too swept up. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean that you need to do it necessarily. All about solidarity. But that's when you're shopping, not when you're working. You know what I'm saying? So just try to be patient and try to get what you want, not by any means necessary, but by having a conversation first. Okay? Like asking for a raise or promotion or meant, like, you know what I'm saying? You get it. All right, so Behemoth. This little elephant guy. Beware of considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as things to be scorned or mocked. Some territorial feelings, hungers, and instincts are perfectly reasonable human reactions as long as we think before acting on them. It's like, being a little impulsive is also just being decisive. Just something to keep in mind. We got Ipis. Focus on long-term strategy and quick thinking when plans change. That's why I'm saying you may not want to do your whole upheaval right now because there might be things in the works that you are not expecting. So I would hold on tight and I would try to just keep the head down and appreciate the people who are working not with you, but maybe for you or whatever. Especially even if you have kids at home, because it did say like leadership at home, and that's one of the things, right? Or if you're like the oldest roommate, something like that. So there's these guys, just FYI. One more row, we got Malthus. I think Malthus is just the nature sounds, right? Some of them are just really chill. Yeah, okay. Focus on physical or metaphorical structure, creating strong foundations or finding weaknesses and seemingly indestructible barriers. It's not the card I was thinking of, but still solid advice. It's not so much about taking control or taking ownership, but figuring out how the whole thing functions and doing that in the best way that you can. Okay. We got Flaga, all right. Focus on clearing away debris, physical or mental obstructions. Okay, that pairs really well with Malthus here because we're talking about rebuilding a structure. Well, in order to do that or to see where the foundation really is, you have to strip away the floorboards. You have to break things up. You have to get rid of things and be ready to destruct before you can construct, right? So I think those pair well together. And then we have Cerberus. I always say Cerberus wrong. I always say Cerebus. And everybody fucking corrects me. And it's like, you don't think it could have been translated wrong over time? You don't think that you're spelling it wrong and you don't know? Like, I wouldn't know. Like, I don't fucking talk to Hades, right? Like, okay, Cerberus doesn't sound right, but what do I know? Only what's in my head, right? Cerberus. It's Cerebus. Focus on humility and finding comfort within means instead of wanting beyond budget. So that's the thing. Instead of like jumping to strike, which again, I fully support everyone on strike right now. People deserve fair hours, fair wages. But if you are not in the same situation as maybe, say, Frito-Lay factory workers, maybe don't get too swept up in the idea when maybe you just need to spend less and realize how much you really have, kind of thing. So just try to be patient. Try to be patient. Everybody's learning right now. Everybody's learning. And everybody's just trying to make do with what they got. And people are trying to move forward and into the future. More than just move forward, but into the future. Because look at where we're headed. And it's going to take people time. Whether they are your boss, whether they are your team or coworkers, whatever, family, it's like you gotta kind of just be patient to an extent. So that's what I have for them. Now we can discuss amongst ourselves, where do we want to go next? So I have the love deck. It's been super popular lately. We kind of got burnt out on it. I'm willing to do it again now that Venus is out of retrograde. We have the Thoth deck, which is completely general, situational. It's the most broad, but it's nothing specific. So if you have a lot of questions or just like want to know about life in general, this would be the deck. We have the mystery deck. This is often twin flame readings, which is so weird for me because it's not something I consciously chose to do. But this deck is what I call my gods, goddesses, galactics, and guides deck, the mystery deck, because it's all really like deeply channeled messages from kind of the divine. And then the Halloween Oracle is for channeled messages for the deceased. Okay, so the love deck is tarot. It's the Neo Rider-Waite. So it's just a special version of the classic Rider-Waite deck. It is tarot. So it's one of my, I think actually the Halloween Oracle and the Daemon Tarot are the only two non-tarot decks I have. Everything else is technically tarot. No, the Halloween Oracle is Oracle. What am I talking about? You want to do the love deck? Is that all right? We've got some people in a room. We'll do love deck first. If you have any other requests, we'll keep it brief and keep going. But if you all are kind of like wanting the love readings, let me know. Because again, I had no real plans. I might try to do a channeled message with Jim Morrison later, but I'll probably save it for Instagram because they like the Halloween Oracle more. It's nothing personal. I'm just new. Okay, cool. So like I said, don't tell me anything. Just think about it. With these more intimate readings, especially when it's different people every time I go live, it's been so much fun being on Twitch. I'm fairly new, and I see a lot of different faces every time I go live, right? So this is sort of one of those things where it might be one message, but it might be for anybody watching because it's a small pool of people watching, right? And there's a reason you stumbled upon it and came here on a night where I wasn't doing anything in particular. So that being said, if it doesn't make sense, just be patient because it might not be the same situation for everyone in the room. So once it kind of clicks for you, pay attention. If it stops clicking, just kind of shrug it off. But you'll know. Okay, so all right. Usually with the love readings, it can come out kind of like as a two sides, as if we are seeing the story of the two people involved in a romantic connection, but sometimes it is just kind of like a big sort of mess of cards. It just usually will be 1 and 1. Another thing to mention with this deck, the reason it is the Neo Rider Waite, all the illustrations are the same, but it's this like shiny, like metallic coated pink, and they're amazing. They're absolutely gorgeous. All my decks are my babies. They're all my favorite, but this shit is fucking beautiful. However, they slip and slide a whole lot, and this is easily the most mixed up deck I have. And I think that's love, baby. I think that's just, it is what it is. Everything is going to be kind of flipped upside down, and love's a roller coaster, right? I'm like Cupid, but I am fairly new with relationships, so I have a hard time myself trying to figure out what is normal and what isn't. But something I learned being Cupid is love is love, and nothing will change that, even with ups and downs. You have to be able to tolerate some things, because if you are already in love, then this person is worthy, right? They're worthy of this kindness and forgiveness that they need to be shown when they are fucking up or kind of distant or being aggro, if any of that's kind of hitting home. But just know where your boundaries and limits are before it happens. That's where you're not really being clear. It's like complaints with no corrections. Okay? You know what you don't want, but you don't know what you do want, kind of. Or you know what you want, but you don't know when enough is enough, almost. It's kind of making sense. This is not so much the two. It's a little bit parallel, but it's feeling weighted to one side almost. And I don't know if that is hitting home if you're like kind of not in a relationship at this time, but there is like a clear relationship forming. Hello, we're doing a love reading right now. Sailor down. It's always general, but just like stay tuned, get your message. Yeah, I probably am. You were here first, right? Yes. So we're gonna see these cards. Like I said, they fall out. Sometimes it's too many because they slip and slide. But let's see what the reading is about. Okay, so bottom of the deck is the Lovers in reverse. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is for people who are not in a full-blown relationship. If you are in a relationship, please stick around, be patient. If you want to check back in like 5 to 10 minutes, we're gonna do these first for like people who are single or say seeing someone. I was reading your comments, speaking at the same time. So yes, this is definitely gonna resonate for like people who are sort of just talking. But I will draw more if there is any kind of question towards being in a relationship already, right? So at the top of everything, here's the thing. A lot of these cards are going to be upside down in this deck. I honor that. I honor face down being things that are not quite at the surface and face up being things that you're aware of. I honor cards on the side or any rotation they're in as a work in progress, as a tip of the scales kind of thing. So I honor the reverses and the curses or whatever the fuck's going on here. But that being said, when a card is right side up, it's almost more potent. If you see a lot of cards upside down, the ones that are right side up are right. Okay, so right at the top, because the reason I said that is because I am noticing a lot of the mixed up cards. But the ones that are face up that I'm seeing, very strong. So try to remember that whatever is happening or whatever happened between you two or is going on, just know that the outcome will be for the best, and it's not any kind of like missed opportunity. What the fuck just happened there? I touched my keyboard with my, but I thought I was off. freaked me out a little bit. My startup screen just popped up. We're just going to turn it off so that doesn't happen again. A little bit of an interruption. It's almost like you had a thing going and then there was an interruption. And it was maybe not necessarily cheating because there was no real relationship, but it was quite obvious as this was moving towards one. So just know that it all works out. We have the sun on top here, paired with judgment. Again, you have to know where your boundaries are before these things happen. You have to state your needs before you can expect anyone to fulfill them. So back to the top, we have the Knight of Wands. This dude is large and in charge. He's coming in hot. He's coming in passionate. If we get down to it, the he and she is very much a tradition, okay? It's got nothing to do with sex and gender. Look at where you are right now. It's not like that. It's a very simple way of being able to represent two people in tarot. And so when I say he and she, you can assign that to whoever you want, but keep in mind that fire and air are the masculine elements and earth and water are the feminine elements. So that's like another layer of why sex and gender doesn't matter. So when I say he, I am seeing a Knight of Wands. Wands is fire. Fire is masculine. Knight is masculine. We're talking about the masculine in the situation. If I short it to he, it's just because I'm talking, right? It doesn't have to be the man. Or if there's, no men, two men, doesn't matter. No anything, doesn't matter. Pick the fire sign in that case, right? So Knight of Wands, coming in very passionate, coming in very hot, coming in very quick, okay? And I'm seeing down here, there's like the World card, just kind of chilling by itself. It's all going to work out. It's not necessarily that it's supposed to work out with anything in particular, but if you keep up this energy, because I'm guessing you might be the fire sign here, or the masculine element, energy, etc., the world, it's supposed to work out a certain way. And this is a telltale as old as time, whatever the fuck Beauty and the Beast said, and kind of cliche. But you're worried about making the wrong move, I think. And the whole issue is that there is, not issue, but the whole reason is there is no wrong move. Like there is no wrong move. You will have zero regrets either way. For reasons unknown. And I know Brandon Flowers said that. Okay. So we got the reverse Empress over in this corner too. You're lacking a feminine. Okay. So again, the Empress, in my opinion, is the most Taurus card in the deck. Even the Taurus is technically the Hierophant, which I think was here. Maybe that was not even today. It's the Emperor, not the Hierophant. So the Empress, it's like lacking the feminine energy. It's like lacking the counterpart, lacking not the princess, but the queen, the Empress, but you're the Knight of Wands still. You're not quite at the Emperor. And at the bottom here, the Emperor is in reverse. And so you're a work in progress, right? If you're not the fire sign, just think of this as the perspective of the other person, right? You're not in Emperor mode, so how could you expect to have an Empress? You kind of think things aren't working out until you get that peace, even though that's not who you are. What's stopping you from getting this person? You might be fixated on the wrong one. Oh no, this is the Chariot. I'm sorry, I thought this was the Four Discs. These shiny ones are hard to see, but it's totally worth it. They're really pretty in real life. The Chariot is Cancer. So could be a water sign, could be an actual Cancer that you're dealing with. But it's like you gotta let the road ride. You gotta let the flow go. You gotta just kind of keep cruising. Okay? You gotta keep cruising. You gotta you have to venture down the path of love in order to find what you are looking for, basically. If you want the counterpart, you want the other person. But right now, you're not even at Emperor status, so I don't know why you're in such a hurry to make this what you want it to be. Okay? that. We see the devil in reverse, so we might be kicking some addiction or trying to get a hang of it. There might be an ex that is a Capricorn in the picture. We got a couple face down cards here. And then we have the reverse Six of Wands. Changing direction. It's not necessarily walking away here, but we are changing direction. Right, there is no missing, because if you don't take this opportunity, there's just going to be another one. Like, completely. Or choosing to go in a different direction now may pay off later, right? So there's no wrong move. It's not like this person is out to get you or anything, and it's not like they're bad. Because again, the reverse devil is probably a good sign, or your ex is a Capricorn, right? Or their ex is a Capricorn, something like that. In the picture, but being removed from the picture. They may have been like even married and you didn't know, but they really are going through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they were trying to play you and they're bullshitting you, and then like 5 years down the line they still haven't done it. It's not like that. It's a genuine, they should have told you, but they didn't think it was going to be serious, right? So whatever, going in a different direction, having a new mindset, maybe like being more open about these things with them, and seeing where that goes. I'm seeing this weird sidebar where it's all these cards on the side, but they're all kind of faced different, where it's like you want to just keep your head down and keep working, but yeah, you're afraid to miss the opportunity. It's literally right here. Right, yeah, hell yeah, that's awesome. You want to put your head down and work on yourself or things, but you are afraid that this offer is, again, like the only offer you're going to get. It's fine. It's great. You know, it's almost like, sure, they're really a catch. They're respectful. They're cool. You can maybe even forgive them, but also they're just helping you raise the bar for anyone you may encounter. You suddenly have more, not stats, kind of things on your list where it's like you got to be this and that and this. Standards, that's the word I was looking for, not stats. That's awesome. I'm a Venus in Aries person, so if you're not moving fast towards me, I just get out of the way, because things move fast in my world. But I'm also all about taking breaks, taking space, getting time to yourself. Like, my partner is my ex. I don't judge, you know? And you know what? He might just be the first guy on your level, because you just got to this level. Oh my God. It's so frustrating. I'm a Mercury in Aries too. It literally pisses me off. I think Aries is one of my least favorite signs, honestly. No offense to all the Aries that I love, but come on. I hate it. I really hate it. Especially my Aquarius moon is, it's not a good compliment to my Aries being in Mercury. Jesus. That's why, I mean, I speak in a way that I sound very kind of angry and almost mean. So yeah, that's funny, because I am a Scorpio rising, which I get is fire and water, but fixed signs. That's cute. We are pretty much set on moving things fast. Pretty much, yes, and extremely good looking. So, yeah, I can see that you're afraid, but you have work to do. You have work to do on yourself. You might be supposed to be focused on your career right now, was your promise that you made for this year, and then this person comes along. But the offer's not going to go away if it's valid. If you need time to think, if you need time to recuperate, if you need time to get your shit figured out, if you need to give them time to get their shit figured out, then do it. Because if it's real, they'll be waiting on the other side of it. Straight up. If it's real, if the offer is stable and legitimate, they will understand that you have to think about it. They will understand that you have to take time and contemplate what is right for you. Because if they're about you, then they will wait for you. Period. Point blank. So let's see what these face down cards are. We have the King of Cups. Could be some paternal energy. It could be relationship with your father. Could be that you are a father, dealing with a father, wanting someone to be the father of your future babies, your own baby daddy, whatever the case is, okay? King of Cups energy might be playing into things more than you think they are. Um, However, it's fit for you. Okay. The King of Cups, just to, when I'm reading, it always represents a paternal figure. Okay. It could be a water sign man also, but water sign men have paternal energy. So, same thing. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, again, it's like you're not doing the right work. You want to work on the connection, you want to work on the relationship, but you really are supposed to be working on yourself and your new career and all this other stuff that you promised you would do. You promised you'd do it, and now you're a little distracted by this person. And then what's this? We have the Two of Wands in reverse. So again, if the offer is real, it won't go anywhere. If this person's not bullshitting you, then you should have plenty of time to think about it. They know what they're throwing at you is a lot. And you are like, yo, you're totally worth it. However, I just need a second. If they want to go move on to the next, you did not want to be with that person anyways. What the fuck is that? Like, I have to accept everything about you and all your bullshit in the first month in order for us to be together? No, I think not. Leo, y'all, like Leo's notorious for good hair. Are you having a bad hair day? Because my bangs looked amazing until literally 30 seconds ago. I don't know what the fuck happened. But Leos and their hair. Leos have great hair, no matter where or what it is. So if you've been having bad hair days, it's because you got too much on your mind and you gotta stop stressing. Last face down, Ace of Wands in reverse. You have no fucking idea what to do. And guess what? Ain't nobody going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you to focus on your damn self. And forget about this man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Called it. I'm so sorry. Forget about this man. And see if he forgets about you. I'm going to take that advice too. Forget about this man and see if he forgets about you. I love that. That really sums it up. So that was our singles reading. Lovers in reverse again. So that will conclude the singles reading. Is there a desire to keep reading from this deck for more like a couples angle, or of course, or do we want a different deck, or what's up? What are we feeling? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling? I guess I can do this little run. Just a quick thing since nobody said nothing. Ooh, no bottom of the deck. Remember, this is the tossy-turvy. No bottom of the deck. And all these cards are face down. So this is a quick shout out for the relationship people who might be tuning in. It seems like since Venus left retrograde, either couple survived or they didn't. And so if you survived, it's like you don't really know, but you know, I feel like. Okay, it's all going to be revealed. Okay, so first we have the World. Yeah, you're good. Solid. Y'all are doing really great. Beautiful energy to start with. Just know that it does all work out, okay? And then we've got the Sun. Oh, the World and the Sun back to back. Like, that is, like, literally beautiful, happy endings. Like, there's no other way around that. Is it the motherfucking Chariot again? Oh my God, it is. No, it is not. It is Judgment. It is Judgment. It's very hard to see these cards. Judgment is not Libra, Justice is Libra. Yeah, well, could always be backlash. People may not want to see you together, but it don't matter, no, because I got you bit, right? And I'm not going to do that again. It's the reverse 3 of discs, so could be some stuff happening financially or in other departments, but not necessarily in love. 4 of Wands in reverse. This is like a union, but when it's in reverse, it's like you might have to, if you're like engaged or something, you might be pushing the wedding back, Or if you're not engaged and wondering when you'll be married, I would say 2024. I would give it another couple of years, especially if you're in a newer couple. You didn't like that news. Whoever's watching this that resonated with it, you did not want to hear that. Sorrow. And it's going to be a lot easier if you do wait, though. Even if you have a 2-year engagement. Welcome. You'll have more money. You'll have more time to plan. You'll have more time to see how people act. Just wait. It's not all about you. Okay, there's another person involved in the planning of a wedding, right? So it's not all about you, and it's definitely not. It's not going to be a winter wedding. It's not going to happen during Aquarius season, especially not this Aquarius season. So, but Queen of Wands, the passion is there, the emotions are there, everything's solid for the couples. I love that. So yeah, I think that's good for the love deck. That was nice. Again, taking requests, but I might jump off. It feels like everybody's who was here is good. I might switch over to Instagram and go live with my Halloween Oracle, and then after that, I might jump back on here, because this is how I enjoy spending my Fridays, quite honestly. So, thank you for tuning in. Again, I should be back later tonight, but we'll see what it is. Okay, so thank you so much, and I love you. Move forward positively above anything, and make sure that you are speaking your blessings. Okay, so once again, Illuminati Mistakes. If you do want to join me on Instagram, it's just simple at IllyMilly. It's a palindrome, which I actually didn't know until someone else pointed it out to me, because my bestie is super smart. So, okay. Thanks. Love you. Bye.